Hello traders, my name is Logan with Funding Talent, and in today's video, we're doing an interview with Zion, one of our traders who just earned a 40K payout from our talent bonus profit splits. So Zion, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody just a little bit about yourself?
Well, you've already said my name. I'm from New Jersey. I just turned 19. I graduated high school last year. I've only been trading for about 8 months. All I do is trade. So, yeah.
So you work to deserve it. And I'm also from New Jersey as well, so it's awesome to have a friendly neighborhood trader, kind of.
Yeah.
So we know that all traders do require some side activities to keep their mind sharp and stay refreshed for the trading day. So do you have any hobbies that are excluding trading?
I do play basketball a lot. So that's like the only other thing that I do is play basketball and go to the gym and work out. So that's all I do.
You're a dedicated guy. You play basketball,
Yeah.
work out, and trade.
Yeah.
So what motivates you to put in all that work and inspires you to keep going day after day?
Honestly, seeing my mentor Q Banks, how he drives around and the all the Lambos and stuff like that, to just being able to do anything I want to do, you know,
Having
just
that
stuff,
freedom.
having the freedom, yeah, stuff like that. So,
Absolutely. So what is your main goal in trading or just in life?
my main goal, I would say, is to be consistent, consistent with anything I do, like it doesn't even have to be in trading, just with anything I do, always have to be consistent. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. So you mentioned you started trading in March of last year, correct?
well, that's when I got introduced to Forex. Yeah, yeah. But I,
Okay.
I didn't really like start trading till like, like a couple months after that.
So then how long would you say it's been now since you started like actively pursuing trading as a full-time option?
For about 8 months.
8 months?
8 months, yeah.
That's fantastic. 8 months and you already earned a 40K payout. That's really great work.
Yes, crazy.
So are you planning on going to college or are you looking into being a full-time trader?
Um, uh, for a time trader, I don't think college is the way for me at the moment. So,
If you have something that works, why not stick with it, right? We learned that as traders, you got to stick with your edge.
exactly.
So do you have any more details about what you really did to get from where you started to where you are now in that 8 month journey?
Not really. I just, every day I was just on the charts, because like I was in school. Um, I didn't have a job. So every day, every time I woke up, it was just charts, sleep, do the same thing all over again for like 20 hours. Like I don't like to count the hours, but like it was every day. It was just an everyday thing. And that's all I just focused on.
Right. So when you're looking at the charts, what do you think your active trading study would be? Like, are you doing back testing? Are you testing new systems?
Um, I actually didn't really back test all that much. I kind of just demo traded a whole lot, and like actually being on the charts live, like a whole bunch of live stuff like that.
Yeah, just forward testing, pretty much the
Forward
strategies
testing.
that Q taught you.
Exactly.
Got you. So what's your experience been like so far with Funding Talent?
So I think I had started in November of 2020.
Okay.
I think because at that time you guys didn't have the challenge account, right? You didn't have the challenge. It was only the
The flex accounts at that time. Yeah.
yeah. So I had the classic model, I think. Classic. Yep. and and that's what I had started with, and I had a couple of few payouts, in December of like 2,000, 2,000, 4,000 here and there, and then around January and February, I kind of like fell off a little bit, so that's when I like kind of like set back, more studying, stuff like that, and then that's when I came back in March, and that's when I got my live account.
Right. So when you took the challenge, was there anything that you had trouble with adapting to at all, or you just kind of clicked right into it?
Yeah, I had just clicked right into it. When I when I first passed the challenge, I actually passed that challenge on one trade. I went from 100K to 108K. I passed that one, and then when I got the phase two, I did the same thing. I passed that on one trade as well,
Wow,
and yeah, so it
that's
was
pretty great.
just yeah.
So after you got out of the classic account and then you went into the challenge, what account size did you go with?
The 100K.
100K.
Yeah.
So when you got into this account, you said you click right into the 100K challenge. You said you have a mentor, right? And I'm guessing he taught you some trading strategies. So which one's your favorite to use in this challenge or just in general?
I wouldn't really call it like a strategy. It's more just, because everything I do is based off of market structure. So it's not really like, like a certain type. It's just strictly market structure. Like I don't use no indicators, nothing, just strictly price action and, key areas.
Got it. So
Yeah.
could you walk us through a little bit of how you identified these trades that led you to getting a 40K payout?
Yeah. So I'm gonna start from the daily time frame. Um, so as you can see, in this point in time, gold has been on a downtrend. As you can see, low, 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 high, low, 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 high, low, 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 high, low, 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 high. Okay. Um, so at this point in time, I'm expecting a new lower low or low. So went to my 4-hour time frame, and as you can see, the 4-hour time frame was in an uptrend: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? So I waited until the 4-hour went from an uptrend to a downtrend. So it broke these lows right here, made a new lower low, low high, a low, right? So now the 4-hour is on a downtrend along with the daily time frame. So now each time frame is like, kind of like, on the same path. So I drew out my zone and I waited until the 4-hour made it a low high point, right? And then I broke this down, okay? So I went to N15, and as you can see, the N15 is making higher low points. So I waited until the N15 started giving me new lower lows and lower high points. And as you can see, we have this higher high, higher low, low high, higher low, low high, and then we have this kind of like this break of structure here, right? So we have this lower high, we have a new low. Now the N15 is not on a downtrend. So now we have the daily on a downtrend, the 4-hour on a downtrend, and we have the N15 on a downtrend. So now like each time frame is now, on the same trend, which is exactly what I want to see. So I waited until this gave me another retest, and then I broke this time frame down to the M1 time frame, right? So now I'm just going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to wait until oh, it's not working. I'm going to wait until the M1 goes into a downtrend and gives me a lower high point. So this is the low high point that I actually took my first entry off of right here. Went to the M15, put my stop loss a little bit above. I think I had like a 18, 19 pip stop loss. And then my targets is based off the 4-hour. So I think the first trade was a 1 to 25 risk to reward, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, I know it's crazy. Yeah, so and I only take higher time frame trades. So anything from the 4-hour and above is good for me. Okay, let's just fix this. This right here. I think our stop loss was like, no, I think yeah, it had to be like around 20 pips, like 1 to 23, yeah. Okay, and then price actually gave me another opportunity to enter again. You know, it gave me another retest of this area. So I did the same exact thing. I broke this down to the M1 time frame, and all I'm waiting for is the M1 to go into a downtrend. So that way all time frames is on, you know, the same trend. And as you can see, we have this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, high, break of this structure, a low low. So all I'm waiting for is just a retest, low high point, a low low point. And boom, okay. Price gave me this variation pattern right here. This is my entry. And my stop loss, I think I had the same stop loss. This is the entry, went to the M15. My stop loss was the same. You know, and this trade actually, it had no drawdown. Like the trade had no drawdown on this trade. And targets was the same. I think this one was about a 1 to 27, which to reward. It was something like a 1 to 27. Because my stop loss may not be correct, but this one was like a 1 to 23, and this one had to be like a 1 to 27, and then combine that together, it was a total of a 1 to 50. And that's how I made, you know, 50K.
That's
so
crazy. That's a fantastic trade.
Yeah, so I made, what was it? So 50%, yep, on this one trade setup, and I took 2 entries. Yeah, so that was like, you know, the little breakdown on how
Yeah,
I did that.
it was an excellent trade.
Yeah,
So
it was crazy.
it definitely was. I mean, those entries were spot on. It's the only way to put it, really.
Yeah,
So
it was. I think that was like one of my biggest trades because I had one before, and I think it was like a 1 to 50 risk reward, but just on one trade, like one trade,
right.
you know. So yeah,
So I noticed you're only trading XAU USD and USD CHF. Are those the 2 pairs that you focus on primarily?
Yeah, well, I actually only trade gold at the moment. I actually added this in here just to know, just to like check it out. But I only trade gold.
I mean, yeah, that trade was fantastic. Seriously, that was awesome. And it was great for
Yeah,
you to walk everybody through that. Hopefully that helps everybody. So is there someone, a trader or not, who inspires you? And maybe it's more than one person, because I know you brought up Q Banks.
so definitely Q. Q Banks. He's my mentor. He's the person, I got everything from him, So definitely a big shout out to him because everything's from him. But I learned from a few other people. Somebody named FX Daniel Savage. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Learned from him as well. And it was one more. On Instagram, his name is Lambo Raul. I don't know if you know who that is or whatever, but yeah. So those are the 3 people that you know.
Who helped you get where you are today and get to that trade?
Yeah. So
Awesome. So if you had to compile something and you were just going to help somebody that's very new to trading and try to inspire them with the best things that you learned, what would those things be?
Um, to just put in work, and try to stay consistent, because consistent is what's gonna get you there. You can't like fall off. You have to, keep doing the same thing. If it works, then why change it? Keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. You know, if it works, you
Right.
know. So that's kind of the only thing. So
And obviously the amount of hard work you put in probably helps out a lot too.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The amount of time, because I spent all day. I still spend all day on the charts. That's all I do. I do nothing else. Charts, gym. That's it.
Very nice. Thank you for hopping on with us. And I hope everybody took some value out of this video because I know I did.